Hi, and welcome to day 29 of our 30-day yoga journey inwards. Today is called Eyes Wide Shut. What that means is that we are going to come through a practice where we do close our eyes down at certain times. We really tune inwards and we just allow ourselves to feel rather than see where we're at. So I am going to invite you to close your eyes in a few different postures, and it may feel a little scary at times, and just know that at any point in time, if you do want to open them, totally fine, do. But if you can, allow yourself to close them down and really just feel into it. So let's begin seated on our mats, on our knees. And we're just going to simply begin by closing down the eyes, allowing yourself that space to turn inwards. And as you inhale, reaching those arms up overhead. And as you exhale, bend at the elbows, open through the chest. Inhale and reach. Exhale, bend and open. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend, open through the chest. And this time, sweeping those hands down to the mat beside you. We're going to walk those hands forward and come through a tabletop position. So just feel this tabletop position out. Your eyes are closed, so notice how it feels. Does it feel like your hands are under your under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips? Again, it doesn't have to look a particular way. It's just noticing and feeling. If you do want to open your eyes and just check yourself out, then you're welcome to do so. But otherwise, keep them closed, and we're really just going to allow ourselves to let go of those railway tracks and just move how it feels good for us. So we're going to come through some cat-cows, but maybe you take some like hip circles with those cat-cows. Maybe you move forward and back in those cat-cows. Just allow yourself some space and time to really kind of discover what feels good for you here. Maybe you bring your head and your shoulders and your neck into your cat-cows. So we have the idea of coming through cat-cow, which we all know. We all know those shapes. But we can also allow ourselves a little bit extra movement, feeling into what feels good within these shapes. Discovering what the body needs, what it desires, how it wants to move. And then when you're ready, coming back to that tabletop position and extending that right leg back, tucking those toes under. And we're going to lift that leg up in line with the hip. We're going to come through a little bit of balance here. Now, balance can be tricky at the best of times. With your eyes closed, it can be a hell of a lot more tricky. And that's okay if you fall out of it. Just come back into it. Extend that left hand long and lifting it up in line with the leg. So we're grounding down into that right hand and into that left knee. We're lengthening through that left arm and that left leg. As you exhale, bring that elbow and knee to meet. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, knee and elbow come in. Inhale and reach. Exhale, knee and elbow meet. Then extending it long, pausing here. Notice if you feel a little off balance because your eyes are closed. Know that that's okay. And then releasing that left hand, releasing the right leg. Taking the left leg, extending it back, grounding down through those toes. Then lifting that leg up in line with the hip. Breathing here, tuning inwards. Noticing how this side feels to the last side. And then taking the right hand, reaching it long and lifting it up from the mat. So a long line from that right fingertips out that left heel. Breathing here. On your next exhale, bring that knee and the elbow to meet. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee and elbow meet. Then reaching it long. Before releasing the hand, releasing the knee. Walking the hands forward, a handprint, tucking those toes and lifting up into your down dog. So first downward dog of your day. Move the hips a little from side to side. Get into it. Find what feels good for you here. Now as we inhale, we're going to round through the spine, come forward and through into a plank position. Bend the knees, send the hips up towards the sky, back to down dog. Move with your breath, keeping those eyes closed, and just allow yourself the space and time to really flow here. Flowing through to that plank and exhaling back to down dog. Moving your body. Is there anywhere that you can move and experiment with? It doesn't have to look a particular way. Then all meeting in downward dog. Before bending in the knees and taking what would be our gaze if our eyes were open forward. And we're going to step those feet up in line with the hands. Inhale, lift up halfway, long through the spine. Exhale, fold over the feet. Ground down into the feet. Reach those arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Now open your eyes and find yourself in your Tadasana position. So big toes together, heels slightly apart or feet hips distance. Roll those shoulders down away from the ears. Find your grounding. Ground down into the mat. Open up. Now we're going to close down our eyes here and we're going to come through a sun salutation A. And we're going to try and do this with our eyes closed the whole time. Again, like I said, if you do want to open them at any point in time, please do. But give it a go, see if you can do it, see how far you can get. As you inhale, reach those arms up overhead and exhale, fold forward. Find your half lift on an inhale, lengthening through the spine, and then exhale, planting the hands and stepping back through your plank. Come through your chaturanga, so knees either lowered or lifted as you lower down halfway. Lift up into cobra and exhale back to down dog. Bend the knees, looking forward and stepping forward to find your half lift. Exhale, fold over the legs. Ground down into the feet, reaching those arms overhead and exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Now this time we're going to do that again, but this time I'm not going to talk. So just move with your own breath, flow in your own time, and we'll all meet back here in Tadasana. Again, you can keep your eyes closed and you can flow through it, or have them open, whatever feels best for you. But when you're ready, begin your sun salutation A. When you've made it to your Tadasana, just pause in here, waiting for all our friends to join us in this pose. How did you go? How did it feel? Let me know in the comments at the end of class. On your next inhale, we're going to ground down into that left leg, lifting the right knee off the mat. Now you can keep your eyes open here as you fix your gaze. And then exhale, we're going to lean forward and without looking down, we're going to step that foot back. High lunge, reach the arms overhead. Breathing here, letting go, releasing through the shoulders. Then dropping that back foot, opening up for warrior two. So that front heel is intersecting the back foot in your warrior two. Long through the arms. Breathe in here. Inhale, leaning forward, taking that arm overhead, right arm overhead. Breathing. And then lifting up and reversing your warrior. Lifting up through center, coming up onto the toes of that back foot, back through your high lunge, bringing the hands towards the chest and stepping forward. Grounding down into the right foot this time. Inhale, lift that left knee. Now fix your gaze. As you exhale, we're going to lean forward and step it back without looking. Lift the arms overhead for your high lunge. Exhale, dropping that back foot, opening up to warrior two. Taking that right elbow to right knee, reaching the left arm overhead. Inhale, lifting up through center and reversing your warrior. Coming back through center, coming up onto those back toes, grounding down into that front foot as you bring the hands to the heart and step forward. Now we're going to do that again. This time we are going to close our eyes down. So allow my voice to guide you as we do so. So ground down into that left foot. Again, we're coming and starting with balance, so know that if you fall out of it, it's okay, just come back to it. Ground down into the left foot and begin to lift that right knee. Exhale, lean forward and step that right foot back. High lunge. If you wobble, it's okay, I'm wobbling too. Drop that back foot, open up for warrior two. Left elbow, left knee, right arm overhead and side angle. Lifting up through center, right arm comes down the right leg, left arm overhead for reverse warrior. Coming back through center, back through your warrior two, before lifting up onto the toes of that back foot, high lunge, hands in front of the heart, and stepping forward. Ground down into your right foot. Inhale, lifts the left knee. Exhale, step it back. High lunge. Notice if the sides feel different. I feel a little bit more off balance on this side. Drop that back foot, open up to warrior two. Right elbow, right knee, reaching that left arm overhead. Coming back through center before reversing your warrior. Lifting up through center, coming back onto those back toes for that high lunge. Hands come in front of the heart and step forward. Open your eyes. Notice where you are on your mat. Notice how that felt. Gotta say, when I close my eyes, I feel a hell of a lot more off balance. And that's okay. It's just part of it, tuning in with the body, getting to know where you are and where you're at. Ground down into the feet. Arms come down beside you for Tadasana. As you inhale, reach those arms overhead and exhale, fold over the legs. Find your half lift on an inhale, then plant the hands and step back through plank. Come through your vinyasa. Meeting in downward dog. Now walk those feet as wide as the mat, walking the hands back towards the feet and sinking down in your malasana, in your squat position. So knees are tracking over the toes here. Hips and bottom are heading towards the mat. We're lengthening up tall through the spine. Close down the eyes as you hold here. Breathing in and breathing out. Then taking that right hand and placing it on the mat and opening up through the left arm. Coming back through center on an inhale. Exhale, dropping the left hand down, opening up to the right side. And coming back through center. Hands in front of the heart, lengthening up tall here again. Before taking the hands to the mat, walking the hands forward and coming back to your downward dog. Breathing here. Then rolling forward through the spine, coming back into your plank position. And we're going to lower down onto our belly. Toes are pointed towards the back of the mat. And we're going to take our hands and line them up alongside the body. As you inhale, we're going to lift the chest off the mat, sending those fingertips back towards the feet. Breathing here. Close down the eyes. How do you feel in this posture? Then releasing the forehead to the mat. Bringing the hands and placing them one on top of the other underneath the forehead. And this time as you inhale, we're going to lift the legs off the mat. Breathing here. Releasing the legs down. From here, bringing the elbows underneath the shoulders, opening up into Sphinx pose. So tailbone is tilted down towards the mat. We're opening up through the front body, through the chest. Breathing here. And releasing down, bringing one hand on top of the other again, head to the hands. Now this time as we inhale, we're going to send our hands back and we're going to lift both our shoulders and our arms off the mat as well as our feet. So as you inhale, lift everything up. Breathing here. Gaze is coming just out in front of you, or you can close your eyes. And then releasing down. Bringing the hands under the shoulders, lifting up and sinking those hips back to the heels in child's pose. Now closing down your eyes and just allowing the body to rock from side to side, finding a little movement in this child's pose. Before finding some stillness, walking the hands back towards the knees and coming up through sit. We're going to move forward a little bit to about the middle of your mat. Lengthening up through the spine, taking a cross of the legs. And as we inhale, we're going to reach those arms up overhead and exhale, twisting to the right side. So that left hand is coming to the right knee, right hand behind you. Breathing here and closing down the eyes. Coming back through center and twisting to the opposite way. Coming back through center. Bringing the hands down in front of the heart. And we're going to bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Sitting up tall through the spine. Reaching those arms forward and exhale, lower down onto your back. Bringing the right knee into the chest and extending that left leg long. We're just going to take some ankle circles here through that right ankle, turning it one way and then the other way. Then taking your left hand to that right knee and taking the right knee over to the left side of the body. Right arm comes out beside you in a twist. Closing down the eyes and just being really present with this posture. Coming back through center on an inhale. Extending that right leg out long, bringing the left knee into the chest. Taking circles with the foot one way and then the other. Taking that right hand to the left knee, left arm out beside you and twisting, taking that left knee over the right leg. Coming back through center on an inhale, bringing both knees in towards the chest. And then taking the pinky toe side of the feet in happy baby. You might rock a little from side to side or keep your eyes closed and stay in stillness. Whatever feels good for you here. Tune in. What does your body want in this moment? Releasing the feet, bringing the knees together, bringing them into the chest and taking any final movements you feel you need here today. Before releasing the feet down to the mat, extending the legs long, allowing the feet to just drop open. Arms come down beside you, palms faced up in your Shavasana. Beginning to lengthen the inhales and the exhales. Taking some movements through the fingers and the toes. Making those movements bigger through the wrists and the ankles before stretching the arms overhead, taking a full body stretch and bending the knees and rolling to the right side. Pausing here to find space in a moment of gratitude. And then seeing if you can keep your eyes closed to come up through sit. Taking the arms down beside you and taking a lovely big inhale together, reaching those arms overhead before exhaling, bringing those hands down in front of the heart. Opening your eyes and finding yourself back into your space. That was not easy today. Closing your eyes when you're practicing is quite tricky, especially when we're so used to having our eyes wide open. But you've done it. You've made it to day 29, one final day to go tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this class. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste. If you did enjoy this class, you know what to do. Hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to see notifications of when the videos drop, hit the notification bell. I will see you for day 30. You've made it of inwards tomorrow. Bye for now.